The judge in the trial of former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort is meeting with potential jurors this morning. 12 jurors and 4 alternates will be chosen to decide the first trial in special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. In a pretrial hearing yesterday, the judge granted Manafort's request to push the start date back from tomorrow until July 31st. The judge also granted immunity to 5 witnesses. Joining me now to discuss is CNN legal analyst and former federal prosecutor Shanlon, who for a time represented longtime Manafort aide and confidant Rick Gates. Thank you so much for joining me.
Nice to be here.
Let's start with the notion of these 5 witnesses being granted immunity. What's the significance of that?
Well, it really shows how much the special counsel is putting into this case. 5 is a lot of people to grant immunity to. And so they really want to make sure that they come out with a win on this first one. There are pros and cons to granting that much immunity because sometimes it doesn't look that good to the jury. They may take the viewpoint of these folks will say anything the prosecutors want because they have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. And they had a lot to lose if they didn't agree to immunity.
Right. Presumably that's why their lawyers asked for it.
Exactly. Now, you tweeted that the fact that the judge decided to and agreed to delay the trial until the end of this month is rare. Explain.
Judge Ellis, who I've been before, is a classic rocket docket judge in the Eastern District of Virginia. They're very fast. He does not tolerate any delays. So for him to grant this sort of a delay pretty much on the eve of the trial indicates that he must have found some compelling reasons, such as there is a lot of new evidence. He wants to make sure that he protects his verdict. He doesn't want, if there's a guilty plea, for there to be some appellate issue that they didn't have enough time to prepare.
One thing I really want to ask you about is, and I've been reading a lot about this and reporting it out, that the prosecutors going into this trial, into the Manafort trial, explicitly said that they don't intend to submit evidence relating to Russia, the Russia investigation. But based on what you know about this trial, that does not mean that there won't be a direct connection throughout the trial to President Trump, correct?
I think that's correct. I mean, they have to be limited just to what their indictment says, and relevancy would stop them, as well as Manafort's attorneys would stop them from talking about collusion issues. But certainly the president's name is going to come up, and probably Manafort's relationship.
Do you think anything that could be embarrassing or detrimental, either legally or politically?
Possibly. I think they're going to be very careful to stay very focused on the direct charges against Manafort. One thing that was interesting is that I believe the Manafort team yesterday sought to have a motion excluding any mention of Manafort's actual job title with the administration.
Is that going to be successful?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I would bet not.